In the headlines, the Honorable Prime Minister pays a visit to the Grandbay Primary School and Ministry of Education signs MOU with University of Florida to enhance student counseling. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I am Prisca Julien. Stay tuned for details of the headline stories and others coming up. Welcome back. The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit and Mrs. Skerrit visited the Grandbay Primary School on Thursday, where he made a presentation of a check valued at $5,000 to assist the school in its fundraising drive. The Prime Minister was greeted with warm smiles from the students and staff who were overjoyed to be graced with his presence.
I want to end here by handing over a check to the principal of the school, a check of $5,000 that will go towards the school's activities.
The Honorable Prime Minister, while addressing the young ones, commended the principal and staff of the Grandbay Primary School for their commitment to the students.
I want to commend the principal and the staff of this primary school for your commitment to our children, because without you, we would have no schools. And without you, we don't have people to guide our young people. And teaching is not an easy task. It is a task that requires great patience and tolerance and love for people and love for children. So, Principal, I want to thank you and your staff and commend you for your fine efforts.
He had these words of advice for the students.
There are a few things I want you as students to do for me. One, I want you to pray every day, okay? So you must pray every day. Secondly, I want you to read when you go home and read when you're at school. Study your books. I want you to respect your parents, okay? And to respect your brothers and sisters and your friends. Do not fight. And I also want you to respect your teachers and your fellow classmates, your friends in your classes. I want you to respect them. I want you to share with them what you have. And very important, respect your teachers.
Also present was the Honourable Member of Parliament for the Grandbay constituency, Justina Charles. Honourable Charles spoke of the Prime Minister's interest in the well-being of students and their education.
You have a Prime Minister who is interested in all of your well-being. Your well-being and your parents' well-being. I'm not sure if your parents normally tell you of all the things that he does for you, but I will just take a little moment just to highlight some of them, including, you know, our road is damaged, so you know we're paying a bus. He has to approve it and say, yes, go ahead with the bus to take the children back on the back road to take to school. All of the uniforms that you get in every year, the new uniforms and the school books, the Prime Minister has to say, yes, I'm going to approve it to make sure all the children have books and all the children have uniform. The school feeding program, he has to approve it to say, yes, cook food and give the children. So all of the things that are happening here is because of his approval and his interest in you, your parents, your education.
Principal Evans James expressed gratitude for the gesture.
We are very grateful for what you have said that you will do for the Grandbay Primary School, and we pray God that everything will work out for us.
The Honourable Prime Minister ended his tour in Grandbay with a visit to the Grandbay Catholic Presbytery, where he met with the parish priest, Father Branca John. In more news, the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development has signed a memorandum of understanding with the University of Central Florida to collaborate on matters related to counseling and training for counselors. A group of counselors led by Dominican-born Anne Shillingford Butler, who is an associate professor at the University of Florida, is spending a week on island collecting vital information here to make recommendations to improve the provisions of student counseling at local schools. She says the collaboration aims to give more defined roles for increased uniformity in school counseling.
We believe that if we can support students at an earlier age, they're most likely to develop better as they move forward, so there's less need for support or systemic support at the secondary level if they're able to get it at the primary level.
The team visited the St. Luke's and Roseau Primary School, where the students were engaged particularly about the trauma experienced with Hurricane Maria. The team also conducted focus groups discussions with secondary school students at the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School.
I anticipate developing that partnership where we can offer webinars. We're encouraging the counselors to do peer supervision. So if we're not there, maybe via, I know they're all over the island, maybe via Zoom, if there's electricity, or GoToMeeting, different types of online platforms where they can support each other, and then we can call in. I also have some faculty at our university who are also interested in being a part of this.
Butler says not only is the collaboration vital for Dominica, but counselors from her school will also have an opportunity to learn from it.
And what we find in the United States is that there's just an array of diverse populations in there, and a lot of our students are white students, especially white females, who are not necessarily prepared to work with people who are different from them. And so this part here is an immersion experience where students come into the culture in Dominica and learn and understand what it's like to be, what it's like to not be American, and to be survive and to be resilient people. And hopefully that will help them build on their counseling skills to be better counselors as they move forward.
The team will leave the island on Saturday. And finally, this news time, Dominica's ambassador to the United Nations, Her Excellency Lauren Bannis Roberts, has made a significant donation of netball sporting equipment to the Castlebruce Secondary School. A former national player for the sport, Ambassador Bannis Roberts, told the school on Wednesday that the equipment is meant to assist the netball team to be well trained and represented.
These are the equipment that international teams use to play the sport of netball. So I want you, from your games here at the CBSS, to be playing with the right size ball, the right feel. I am presenting uniforms. You have the cones for your training. You have hoops. You have stop clocks. You have whistles. You have pumps. And you have the works. You have a ball to put your bags. So when you hop on a bus and you're going to Roseau to represent CBSS, you are going to look smart and professional and like netballers ready to win a championship.
A presentation of sporting equipment was also made to the Castlebruce Primary School. The National Netball Association and the Sports Division were also recipients of donations of netball gear from Her Excellency Bannis Roberts. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS on facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and also follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Prisca Julien. Thanks for watching.